Here's a fact. Bitcoin will make you money, but altcoins, or as some like to call them, coins, will make you rich or poor, entirely based on when you buy them. It sounds simple, and in a way, it kind of is, based entirely off of data. This isn't some hype video. We're running fundamentals. We're looking at historical data, which I know doesn't guarantee future performance. I understand that. I went to collage too, and I didn't like it at all. I learned way more on the internet. Just like you're gonna learn way more about when to buy Bitcoin in this video than you will a lot of other places. My name is Vosk. You are on the VoskCoin YouTube channel, and I will try hard to make this video worth your time. And I hope that you stick through it and watch the entire thing, because I'm packing some serious messages into this that, well, again, I hope you find helpful. This thing on? Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Vosk with the VoskCoin YouTube channel. Crazy day. Yo, what's up, dude? Yo, welcome back to graphics cards. Depending on here, we've got some new mining gear. Yo, what's going on, everyone? Welcome and jump into the video. Vosk, you're watching the VoskCoin YouTube channel. We just picked it up. This little thing behind me. So I saw this tweet the other day and it really got me thinking, right? And it goes, literally 3 coins out of 20,000 have ever had an all-time high in Bitcoin terms 3 or more years after the first all-time high. Ripple in 2017, Doge and BNB or Binance Coin in 2021. And none of those 3 will ever see a new all-time high in BTC terms, says Corey here, who's got a crystal ball and knows the future. He says you can trade coins, but it's dumb to hold them. So here's my thing with the term coin. We can joke around with coins and have fun with it, and that's fine. But a lot of these Bitcoiners get real serious about the term coin, and they mean that, like, that's a very bad thing. It's bad, it's dumb, it's stupid. I assure you that I have made way more money. Okay, I've gotten much closer to financial freedom through coins, or as I like to call them, a little bit more endearing, altcoins, alternative cryptocurrencies, as opposed to Bitcoin. But just as quickly as you'll make money with these other coins, these other cryptocurrencies other than Mr. Orange Coin, Bitcoin, you will lose it just as fast. And now we are officially in a bear market, right? And let's also note that Corey here has a business built entirely on Bitcoin. So we should probably take what he says with a little bit of grain of salt. And a lot of people have hidden agendas. Personally, I don't. I'm just here to make the best videos I can and hopefully reach 1 million subscribers. I guess that's my hidden agendas. I really want you to subscribe. But it's not the hidden because I just told you. So now that's just gonna be my agenda. But in all seriousness, right? So we look at it, we zoom out, and I pay serious attention to these things for numerous reasons, because I'm a crypto miner, I'm a crypto investor, I'm a crypto user, I'm an enthusiast, whatever. I'm like a crypto everything. And right now I'm building out a Bitcoin mining farm. It's actually a crypto mining farm, but the core component is rooted in Bitcoin, because I believe in Bitcoin long term without a doubt. It's not going to go away, be forever mineable, all that stuff. And it's just a mining farm I can sleep at night knowing I'm mining BTC, as opposed to some altcoins that, you know, they're all over the place. They really are like that meme roller coaster gif or gif. I always say the wrong thing. Get the peanut butter, dang it. But the point I am still trying to get to, that I will now finally arrive at, okay, is that when it's bearish, when the times are tough, when there's blood in the streets, when it's negative, you buy Bitcoin. You sit in Bitcoin. You believe in Bitcoin. Read the shirt. I mean it. Okay? Furthermore, all right, is there will be some incredible buy opportunities for altcoins, especially blue chip altcoins, right? We look at things like Ethereum. Okay? We look at Solana. I'm not trying to push these on you. Okay? Like I have some of these, or I'm going to buy them, or I'm going to buy much more of them. I mean what I say. Also, I'm putting my money where my mouth is. Over the last year, I backed out a lot of my crypto positions to stablecoins. And you may be like, dude, you're an idiot, or you're a genius, or I thought we were supposed to be buying buttcoin, man. Well, I personally just thought that we were going to continue to trend down. I don't know everything, but I can read the writing on the wall. Or just kind of look at the general market sentiment, which generally the market sentiment leads us to where we're going for the most part. And I wanted to sit in stablecoins to just increase my buying power. And when I'm confident that things are bearish, right, and we get Bitcoin in the teens, I get a little excited, right? It's possible we could even see Bitcoin in the thousands again. But a lot of people wait and they're like, I'll buy the dips dip, and whatever it's, and they wait and they wait and they wait, and then they miss the buy up. And if you're looking for crypto exposure, Bitcoin's the way to go in a bear market. When things get crazy, when things get bullish, you buy any altcoin that's semi-decent. Okay, it's probably going to do really well and outperform Bitcoin, but only for probably a short period. In that period, you should, in my opinion, take profits into stablecoins or Bitcoin. All right, and that's a key piece, a key takeaway of this. It's just kind of like general strategy. If you want like my rule of thumb, I'm sure I'm not the first to make this, but this is how I personally operate. I don't know anyone in particular who coined this, but basically bear market, you buy Bitcoin, you stack Satoshis. Bull market, you buy altcoins, all right? You stack everything but Bitcoin, but you can take refuge in Bitcoin. And Bitcoin will have periods where it outperforms everything else. But there will be many other times what people refer to as alt season, and that's when you really want big exposure to all these alternate cryptocurrencies, or as many people like to say, coins. This is a bit of a conspiracy theory I have. It's a personal rule I have. I don't think I've really talked about it on the channel. I wanted to see the whole previous cycle play out. I've got basically 2 crypto market cycles under my belt, and I've really learned a lot. And so what we're going to see is at least a 10x, probably a 20x buy opportunity just with Bitcoin alone. Okay, so let's take the bottom of the bottom, COVID, massive market sell-off scare of March 2020. Bitcoin traded for around $3,000. Bitcoin went on to be traded at $10,000, $20,000, $60,000. And well over $60,000. So you take 3,000 times 20, what does that get you? Look, I'm gonna do it on a calculator. I'll put one on the screen, but I got it right here in front of me too. 3,000 times 20, okay? It's the up close, personal, $60,000. All right, that's a 20x. That's awesome. That also pales in comparison to a lot of gains you could have made in many altcoins, right, or other cryptocurrencies. But it's not all that simple. Not everybody hits an all-time high. Some people sit in their bags way too long. It's a great time to capitulate your coin bags into other coins when it's bearish. So what if you're down? Many other coins will be down significantly as well. And a lot of coins will never see more progress again. Like Neo and AntShares was a rock star in 2017. I got in early. Oh yeah. I rode it up big time. Oh yeah. I made some serious money, theoretically. And then it all evaporated. I tried to tell this story to the Washington Post, and then they just completely spun it like I'm the biggest crypto loser, and yet cryptocurrency has changed my life in so many ways. It's the best thing to happen to me financially ever. It's pretty funny the way these news organizations will spin anything to match their agenda. It's all the more reason to never read and listen to mainstream news. They just want to control you like you're just some little stupid sheep puppet. It's insane. I couldn't be more mad about that stuff. Like, in all seriousness, them. Piece of lying, scamming piece of.
Stop it. Get some help.
You know what? No, I'm done. I'm done. We move on. So, like I was saying, I rode it all the way up. I rode it all the way down, and you know, I jumped out eventually. Pretty much like break even or a small profit. I don't even remember or care at this point. It's in my crypto obituary. And if you sat in that and hoping that that was going to be a rock star in the next bull cycle, you'd be sadly mistaken. But let's say you had any amount of money in it, right? Let's just say $1,000, right? And let's say you just put that $1,000 into Bitcoin. Let's say you even took your profits early at 30,000 Bitcoin. Well, you would have 10x'd. You would have turned $1,000 into $10,000. That's impressive. A 10x is always something to be happy about. If you got $1 million, you understand 1 million turns into 10 million. That starts to sound like a whole lot of million. When you talk bigger numbers, everything always seems more exciting. But basically my point is that next market cycle, Bitcoin will be relevant. It's the safe bet. Next market cycle, your altcoin hero may not be the right bet. It's not a safe bet. It's actually statistically an unsafe bet. But there are some cryptocurrencies that are a bit more volatile, and I would still consider them safer bets, right? So in that category, we have obviously Ethereum. Ethereum will go up more than Bitcoin, and it will go down more than Bitcoin. As long as you get a good buy-in and you sell high, right? Easier said than done. You're gonna have a good time. But at the end of the day, you know, Bitcoin is the move. It is the play. And the thing that I haven't touched on yet is the fact that somehow our government steals from us. Our government prints as much money as they want. Our government operates in an insane deficit, right? Maybe it's not our government, maybe it's my government. Your government's probably doing the same thing though. Let's say all our governments, right? So we have record high inflation. Oh, it's real and it's bad. Why is literally everything more expensive right now? Just think about it. Aside from the fact that everything's a sham and the game we play is rigged, but the fact is we are in this game and you will continue to play it or you will lose. Okay? You don't play, you lose. If you play, you still may lose, right? So let's look at Bitcoin in the case of an inflation hedge. It's true, could be. There's a finite supply for Bitcoin, 21 million. There is not a finite supply for the US dollar and other fiats, other, dirty paper monies, whatever else. CBDCs are a very scary thing as well, central bank digital currencies. That's basically part of their master plan, if you don't know. So, not the point though. Point here is inflation hedge, right? So, if you hold $1,000, next year that $1,000 has less buying power. Pretty much anything you could want to buy has probably doubled in price over the last year. Even small things, when you look at the percentage they've been increased by, is, to be honest, nuts. It's insane. Okay, so, I mean, look, I just poured some concrete. That's up insane over the last year, and it was record high prices last year too. Obviously, everybody knows about gasoline. They're shoving electric vehicles down your throat. Guess what's coming next year? Record high electricity prices. Yeah. So, anyway, not exactly the point to get on that rant story. The point here is that $1,000 this year is going to be worth less next year. The thing with Bitcoin is Bitcoin may be worth less next year. It's a volatile cryptocurrency asset. It has not decoupled from the stock market. It really hasn't decoupled from the global market. If we hit a real bad recession, right, and everything's down bad, we get turbo nuked, right? Bitcoin's gonna be down too. We're gonna hit some lows. But which again brings us back to kind of seeking that best buy-in opportunity. But eventually, statistically, Bitcoin will go up. Year over year on average, Bitcoin increases from an average price per coin. Even though more Bitcoins are available every year as more Bitcoin is mined and emitted and just introduced to the ecosystem. The takeaway from that, though, is Bitcoin is consistently lost. Nothing like it used to be. when people used to really custody most of their own Bitcoin.
The Ballet wallet is a physical cold storage wallet that gives you access to your digital assets. Ballet wallets support over 100 cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, and Uniswap. They also support over 60 NFTs, including CryptoPunks, Bored Ape Yacht Club, and CryptoKitties. This is not financial advice. Please do your own research, especially with any wallets with pre-generated private keys.
My question for you though, are you picking up a Ballet wallet? Yes or no, and why? Let me know down in the comments below, or jump into that giveaway thread on VoskCoin Talk if you'd rather just get one, maybe for free. Nowadays, a lot of Bitcoin just sits on exchanges and other crypto institutions, or even dApps, decentralized applications, things like that, which is a little bit different. I'm really kind of focusing on what I really mean to say is more like centralized entities and things like that. But anyway, so less coins are lost than ever before, which basically creates more scarcity. You say 21 million, but there's not 21 million coins that are available, right? But basically my point here to kind of close out this video is that Bitcoin outperforms most altcoins long-term, especially when you look in bearish periods. You want to make life-changing crazy gains like real quick. It's not going to be Bitcoin, especially anymore. Bitcoin is more expensive, more established, and more widely known and accepted than ever before. There are some metrics, like I think it's like Google, Apple, and Microsoft have enough on cash just on hand on their books. They could buy the entire Bitcoin market cap. So you look at stuff like that, we're like, okay, maybe we are early. And you know, we're earlier. Bitcoin's 10 years old. You can't say you're early yet. Let's be like, we're not late. And I look around, I talk to a lot of people outside the crypto echo chamber. There's low interest, bearish as right? Which makes me bullish, makes me excited, right? Well, I don't know why we got a third, but let's just go with that third finger. And, you know, you're looking for a way in. Maybe it's a DCA, dollar cost average. Just throw $100 or whatever you want or can do a week at Bitcoin, like clockwork. Set it up, bang, bang, there it goes. And before you know it, you got a coin. And you'll get some really good buy-offs. You'll get some decent buy-offs. Maybe you get a couple weeks of bad buying opportunities. But it's easier said than done. It's harder to have that conviction, but you know, you buy when the market's red. You don't buy when it's green, or at least like when you load your core bags. There's a lot of like big trade-offs, short-term stuff you do when the market's very green and bullish, again, especially in like that altcoin space. But as far as the best time to buy Bitcoin, you just DCA in during the bear market, you're gonna be all right? Hopefully Bitcoin goes on an absolute tear, you're up huge. You know, you do whatever you want to do, take some profits, make it real, pay off like the real money you use to invest. Like, you know, losing $1,000 that you worked for in your 9 to 5 is gutting. It's miserable. Losing $1,000 in crypto gains, it doesn't feel the same. It doesn't hurt as bad. It sucks, don't get me wrong, but like, it's like, what is, maybe not sweat equity is not the term I'm looking for, but you probably know what I mean, or you don't. So, but the other thing, once all that happens is, you know, personally, I take some profits and then I start getting real deep into the coins, right? And hopefully, you know, we rock it from there, or we don't. But remember that it's not a sprint, it really is a marathon. I've taken most of my steps backwards, trying to rush things, force things, push things. Don't revenge trade. If you're down, back out, take a deep breath, come back. Don't just think you got to go 20x leverage to make it back, and then you truly do get turbo nuked and you're mega down bad, and then you're like, unsubscribe because you quit crypto. I don't want you to quit. I don't want you to unsubscribe. I'd actually love for you to come hang out, not only by subscribing and posting comments down below here on YouTube, but join our Discord server, come hang out on our forum, VoskCoin Talk. If you're old school like me, then I still like forums, you little TikTokers. Yeah, we're on TikTok too, but I'm more of a forum guy. That's where I come from. But anyway, that's all I got today. I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, please hit the thumbs up, and we still upload a lot, pretty much daily still. Hope I see you tomorrow.